Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with our especially magical crew of... Oh, I just threw something and it landed right in my coffee. well, I'll find that later. Sorry, it was just a guitar pick. It's fine. We are here with the very magical crew, the New Moon. Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
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 Hello. We are all here. Sans Nathan, as Nathan has some personal things to attend to. Nathan, we miss you and we love you. Most likely he will be. I assume he'll be back next week. But so I'm very excited for tonight. I'm always excited, but I'm very excited for this. So for those of you who do not know, hi. We are a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, having 4 parties existing, living, breathing, finding out some new things about their friends and colleagues in a creepy dark forest in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world that is currently named Imea. So if this is your first time here, welcome. We hope you have a blast. Before we get started, some of the normal announcements I believe we've been having for a little bit. Firstly, our Humblewood drop out campaign is resetting for this Saturday. We were off a little bit because I was at Gen Con for the weekend, which went splendidly. It was super fun. But we are back. We are back to the normal summer drop out camp, which is Humblewood. So if you are unaware of what that is, Humblewood is a D&D 5e supplement setting that is designed around everybody's every single human's deepest want to be a mouse or a squirrel or a raccoon or a bird of any sort of race and plumage, and here's your chance to do that in the woodland forest of Humblewood. So there are custom races where you have to, not only do you get to be, you have to be an animal. It's super fun. We've had a blast at it. We've been running this since I think just before summer, and most likely we'll be wrapping it up ideally probably in September. So very excited to be running that. But we always need more players because it is a drop-in, drop-out campaign. So drop-in, drop-out means that you can join for a single session. You can join for multiple sessions, take a break, come back, or to be joining all the way through every Saturday that we've had it. So that is completely up to you. But to do so, you need to follow a link, and here it is. It is startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, it is in the video description below. For those that are watching on Twitch, too bad. But I will put it in the live chat for you to be able to copy and paste. So if you want to join, that's where you go for that, to be able to kind of check out when the games are playing, if there are enough players, if there are too many players, if you're not able, if you're late and you missed it, that's where you'll be able to see that stuff. So startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. That is also where you'll be able to go to find out more information when it comes in for our 5th campaign that we will be introducing next month. It is going to be in the same world as everyone else, but it is not going to be in Imea, because Imea is what I started with, and the world got bigger, so we need to make the world bigger. So we're making the world bigger. So it's going to be in a different spot. It will be in the middle of September, because that's when the new player's handbook is coming out. So the 5th campaign will be following the 2024 player handbook rules. So for those of you who are wanting to do the weapon mastery, yes, Matt, I see that face. Yes, indeed, we are doing that. So the weapon mastery, the changes to all the subclasses, things like that, will be taking account for that and moving through that as well. Still chances to be able to kind of possibly mess with some homebrew classes. Probably not on races though. So that's all the info I have for you right now on that 5th campaign. But if you were interested, I know a lot of people had actually jumped at the chance before to be able to play in UA, and we found that person, and we're good there, and we love Hannah. So this is going to be another chance to be able to kind of add in some new players for that. So there's no information. It is not up on the site right now to be able to kind of like check out and go through, but I promise that stuff will be coming up as soon as I finish some stuff out. Man, there's a lot of stuff. I got 5 campaigns to run. Get off my back. No, I will have that information hopefully soon-ish. Yeah, so stay tuned on that. Lastly, if you're wanting to support the channel, the best way to do so is to like and subscribe, not only on YouTube or Twitch, wherever you're watching this, but also to check out our social media that we have down below, Instagram and TikTok at It's a Long Story _TTRPG. Modded, ran, and headed up by our amazing Kay, who's over here. Kay, we love you. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff that's coming down the pipeline for that stuff, and we love Kitty. So yeah, please check that out. And if you feel like you want to give that a like and follow and all that stuff, please do so. That actually helps us out a ton as far as the channel is concerned. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. We still love you, and we hope that you enjoy the viewing. And thank you for the viewership. Yeah. I believe that is it for announcements. I feel like I'm missing a big thing. I was at Gen Con. More stuff to follow after that. Yeah, but I think that's it. So before we jump into tonight, we do need to get a recap of where we left off. So Chelsea, would you please do us the honors?
I will. I just dropped D8s everywhere. So
oh no, that's like one of the worst ones.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And what's the damage on that?
What is the damage on that?
The psychic damage of dropping dice.
How much did you smite?
Infinite.
Piercing damage?
Yeah, so much. All right. So we started off last week. We were in the midst of a fight with a Bahir. Big nasty boy. We did manage to fight it off, thanks largely to Tishan finishing it off. And then we decided to continue on our journey to Mir without looting the Bahir, which was a silly decision on our part, but we made it, and it's what it is. As we were on our little hike, we're calling it, Prisha, Ianthe, and kind of Ewolf discussed and sort of agreed upon maybe a protection / contingency plan for Alyssa should the worst happen. Basically, Ianthe is becoming the fire brigade, but it works because she's kind of built for it. Tishan also discovers a secret about one of the party members. It's Prisha. Tishan has discovered that Prisha reads as undead with his holy aura. I don't know what it is. I don't play a paladin. Green also receives a message from his aunt Ida from Dare's Wharf, letting him know that the party that has arrived in Dare's Wharf, including Alyssa's parents, is interested in more than just Alyssa. We don't have more information than that, but we're going to put a pin in it. We come to a very big river that we cross very easily. But as we are in the process of crossing it, Ianthe's pal hippocampus Coral appears and appears to want Ianthe, possibly Adim, to follow her. So Adim does, and discovers a twin to Ianthe's Bloodwell vial, because of course there's a twin to it. He also discovers a strange dagger that we didn't pick up much. Well, we picked up some stuff about. And then Coral took off upstream, which we hadn't figured out the physics of yet. As we are continuing to walk along, Prisha and Ianthe notice these blue flowers from Selestra the Phoenix keep popping up, and it becomes clear that they're creating a path leading us somewhere, very likely to Cavish, our druid frenemy, we'll go with right now, because it's unclear. So we decide to follow them and see where they go. We can probably guess where they go, but who knows. And then later that night, as we decide to make camp, we're all sitting around the fire, and as Alyssa is petting Donzig, our Cerberus puppy, he begins to grow and is now very large and popped our magic bubble, and is probably not really a puppy anymore. And that's what happened.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Anything we need to add to that, gang? All right. Cool. Well, then with that, let's get to a good old fashioned beginnings of a long rest. Here we go. We come into a deep wooded forest. The moonlight just gleaming off of a wooden knot of bark. As we move, the camera kind of pans over from the trees to see a small campfire. We can see from this scene there is some weird sort of I think probably like this like kind of like hint of a sparkle every few seconds, is showing some sort of barrier that is surrounding these individuals who are sitting close by the campfire. It seems quiet as we zoom in. We see a looming face of a large Leonin staring into the flames. And just as we're zooming in closer, we see the hand of a small girl go to touch what from our perspective is just a medium-sized, mangy dog. Then from there, we pull back a little bit as all of a sudden flames start to shoot off the dog immediately. We see the barrier break down. There's a moment of chaos as there's bits of clothing that immediately catch fire. We hear the sounds of Alyssa going, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And we see Danzig, not one, not two, but three heads, all on fire, snarling, looking around, kind of like yipping and biting at the flames that are surrounding him. And I think with that, we fade to black. In that process, Grian, do you think you would put Danzig away?
I was thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. I don't think I put him away right away.
Okay. So we're going to kind of like jump back in on the scene like a minute later. Yeah. A minute or so later. So do you think you're like in the idea of settling back down when we come back to the scene? Is there? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So from the fade to black, we kind of come back up to the same image of everybody around Sans Danzig, the large Cerberus, and we see just a little bit of singed hair, clothes. Alyssa is now sitting in a space that has about an arm's reach between each person. As we come back to the campfire scene, currently without a tiny hut. As we pan around to faces, giving a moment of making sure, as the camera's kind of like looming and making sure that everything is good and the coast is clear, there's a momentary pause, and then we continue to kind of zoom in. And I'm going to go in an order here that might feel random, but we're going to start with Ianthe. Zooming in on the elven water genasi, the conventional attractiveness, pulling the hair back, most likely to make sure that checking to see if there's any sort of like singed sort of hair follicles. What is on Ianthe's mind?
Well, so super duper quick retcon based on what I just talked about with Prisha. I feel like as soon as I felt like there was fire getting out of control, I would have done an emergency create water and just had it rain down on everybody. So we're all a little soggy.
I like it. I like that a lot.
So I'm wringing out my hair. I'm like trying to comb through it a little bit with just my fingers. Mm-hmm. And I think I try to like, I try to make eye contact with Ewolf and try to convey like, this is what we were talking about.
Okay. Ewolf is in the same spot as he was at before, sitting across from the fire, but he does make eye contact with you. I imagine, Ianthe, you just kind of like look back at Alyssa and then look back at him.
Yeah.
He gives a solemn, expressionless nod.
I'm going to try to convey like, I'm sorry in my face.
Gives a momentary like, roll me an insight check, Ianthe.
All right, Brandon, we're busting out the Ianthe dice.
Do it.
Oh, yeah.
Brandon, they rolled a natural 1.
I love it.
I gotta stick them in the moonlight for a little bit longer.
Cool. Yeah, looking over at Ewolf, you do see a small, like, kind of like smile come across his lips, but it quickly fades as he looks back at the fire, and he does not seem to meet your eyes again for at least a minute or so.
She's gonna continue like nervously playing with her hair. And I think I kind of want to get a read on Prisha, because again, we were just talking about this.
Yeah, I like it. Cool. So I think with that, the camera moves over to Prisha. I'll let Prisha decide this. Prisha, do you think you are right next to Ianthe? Do you think you're like a couple people over? You don't have to give necessarily specifics, but I would say like, is there anyone that you think you're next to? We'll actually say.
I think Prisha is as far away from Tishan as is reasonable. I think that likely maybe there's like one person in between her and Ianthe, but I don't think that she's sitting next to her either.
Cool. What's Prisha doing, and what's on Prisha's mind?
Prisha is kind of looking over her various pouches, and she's checking to see if any cinders have burnt the leather, and if that's the case, she's not really worried about the water, but she pulls out a needle and just begins kind of making small patches to her bags. I think that she is glad that Ianthe acted quickly. Stunned because on top of barely ever seeing a 3-headed dog before, she has now seen it get magically bigger, and I think that's very weird, like very new and exciting for her. And I think that she's just feeling that like deep gut nerve about Tishan. I think that she's just kind of like avoiding his gaze. If it's aimed at her, she's like very focused on what she is doing.
Okay. Camera pans over, and the idea of how it makes sense in my mind to Grian. Grian, I imagine you're possibly holding the reliquary that has Danzig in it in your hand. And as we look at Grian's face, what do we see? What do we get from Grian?
I think Grian's a little tired. It's been a long day. And I think Grian actually just like puts the reliquary in his pocket, kind of just like a problem for tomorrow kind of deal. And I think he's gonna do something stupid. He's going to probably like stand up and walk away from the group and kind of just like take his now wet armor off. And I think he is going to like fan himself with his wings to just like dry himself off. But I think he's enjoying being out under the stars, and just thinking about like when the fire goes out, because we're in the woods and we can't make ourselves noticed, it'll be dark, and when it's really dark you can see all the stars, and I think he's looking forward to that. So I think it reminds him of traveling with his parents. And yeah.
How far off do you go?
Probably like 10 feet. Just nothing to like disturb the fire and blow it everywhere. Smokey the Bear conscious, but like just enough to like dry himself off. And not like make a mess of everybody else.
Okay. Grian, as you're staring up at the stars, you thinking about the past and maybe what's brought you here to this crazy moment in time. And almost seeming like fate has timed it perfectly. You see just a very quick shooting star passing by. Then you see the grinning, terrifying face of Jet standing over you. I'm gonna put the hut back. Are you hanging out outside it?
I'll just come in a little bit. Just take a few minutes out here if you're cool with that.
All right. Don't get eaten. And you see him going to work on magically casting Tiny Hut once again. Cool. We pan over from that interaction, moving back towards the group, to seeing the deep green skin reflected in the flames. As we move to Adim, what do we see, and what are Adim's thoughts in this moment?
Adim seemed initially shocked by by the sudden growth of, I guess suddenly surprised. Shocked is too strong of a word. Suddenly surprised by the growth of Danzig, but then was like, yeah, well, it was going to come. And when Ianthe's reign stopped, you probably saw a brief glow of his tattoos. He probably just did this, made it continue just a little longer because he was enjoying being wet. So it's just like, that's not done yet, right? But now he's just, he's not trying to dry off. He's just sitting there enjoying being wet. And just, he's fairly comfortable right now. I mean, he's not happy about what they're walking into a mirror, but he doesn't know a lot of what's coming, that's going on behind the scenes. So he's like, oh, the dog grew. Okay. So he's just like enjoying being wet. They're all together. They're not currently being attacked. He's pretty okay. If anything, he's just occasionally looking over in the direction of where those flowers are growing, because that's the one thing that he's less comfortable about. I wouldn't say nervous, but less comfortable.
Adim, roll me a perception check.
Okay. 7.
Yeah.
Yes. The team's back.
Okay.
Okay.
So as we move from Adim, we finally we rest on Tishan. Tishan's figure probably looming relatively close to the fire, and deep in thought. Yeah, what do we see from Tishan?
After the fire, fire's not completely out, but I imagine it's sort of smaller than it was. Tishan is squatting by the sort of flame and sort of poking at it with his, I'm just going to say his sword. He's just sort of like turning logs over with his backup sword because he has a full arsenal behind his back, basically. And he's just looking sort of, you see like a look on his face that is sort of really, how you put it, like puzzled, almost in a snarl type fashion to some extent. And it's just hard to tell, like there's obviously something right there happening in Tishan, like the forefront of Tishan's mind. Oh, all right. Well, fuck. Hey, Anthony, thank you for the water. Now we gotta go get more wood tonight, so this is great. Prisha, would you like to come with me and go get some wood?
Sure.
I just figured, since you know so much about nature and the natural order of the world, that you would be really good at like investigating the forest. And it's dark out here, so who knows what could happen once we get to that, away from the party.
Right. Yeah. She's gonna put her needle and thread back, or needle and twine, I guess, back in her bag and get up.
Then we start heading off into the woods, unless someone else says something. But yeah.
Be careful. Shout if you need help.
I'll say Tishan and Prisha, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
That is a 23.
Ooh. Oh, thank God. 13.
13. Okay. All right. Prisha, you don't hear this, but in a sort of loud whisper, you're not entirely sure if it was meant to be fully under his breath or meant to seem like it was under his breath. You hear Ewolf say as you guys walk off, "Great. More secrets."
Adim kind of nods that if he hears it. I have no idea. If he doesn't, he doesn't nod. But
I'd say to everyone in the group, you guys can probably hear that.
Okay, well then
It's
Adim
the
nods
people that are walking on.
without hiding it. And someone's working on their motorcycle, so I apologize if that's a noise. That's why I went out. I'm like, what's that noise? I do look at Tish and say, how far are you going?
We're only going to head about 40 feet away. We'll try to stay within eyesight of the camp. Just make sure that, if you can just stay behind and make sure that fire keeps going so we don't lose track of everyone, we'll be within eyesight of that.
Yeah, okay. I'm great with fire.
Well, Green's, the whole team can work together and keep it going, I imagine. So. All right, let's go get this wood. Maybe we can pick up a rabbit or two along the way.
Okay. You both head out alone in the dark wood.
I don't think it's a skill necessarily that Prisha has. I think it's a passive ability, but I would like to kind of utilize her wanderer ability to kind of help find rabbit and, food.
And
Yeah,
when they are out of range of normal vision, I turn on Tishan's gem.
Okay.
Hold on now. Do I know?
It's in your backpack.
Right, but would I be aware of that being turned on? In
Is it
any way,
on
shape,
your
or form?
person?
I mean, it would be on my person. It would. I mean, I imagine it's on my person. Like, is there a feeling when that gets turned on or anything like that?
Because in the past it was turned on us by that guy, and we didn't know until we looked at it, which is why I put it on my wrist.
I don't. So let me just check because you said Tishan's. Do you have Tishan's sending stone?
Yeah, the one that we got from the city board.
But you have Tishan's or you have yours?
No, but I've been working on trying, because remember, for a while now I've been playing with this. I know that the guy one of the people who was doing it was listening in by turning ours on from a distance. And I've been trying to do the same thing over time. Every now and again I say I'm going to try to do this. It hasn't been successful yet.
Okay, so just a quick timeout because Tishan's walking off. Is Tishan walking off with his sending stone?
Yes.
The sending stone is something that Tishan just keeps on him all the time.
Right. So Adim, you said I'm turning on Tishan's sending stone.
I'm trying to, yes. I keep on trying to turn on, because that's what they did to us, and they were listening in on us.
Okay. But you're just turning on yours.
And seeing if I can hear him. Because
that's a big difference. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
When they were listening in, it was glowing, but since it's in his backpack, I'm hoping he won't notice. And even if he does, yes, I'll be like, I want to make sure you're safe, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Adim has no idea about this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Tishan keeps. Well, I'm not sure where Tishan. I've never really thought about where Tishan keeps his, because he doesn't really have a backpack. He has the bag of holding. So.
Well, now's the time. Where do you think Tishan holds his
Have you guys seen those teacup holsters? Because all I imagine is like a teacup holster for a little sending stone, assuming it's like this big.
Yeah, like the BlackBerry holsters that used to have in the early 2000s, but it's a sending stone. I mean, like,
is that what you have?
Is so on brand for Tishan, and I cannot explain it.
I mean, I'll run with that. I like that a lot. That's actually really tacky and awesome. I love that. So yeah, Tishan would just keep it on his side, sort of like in a makeshift holster.
Okay.
Okay, well, then I thought it was in his backpack. If it's visible, Adim does not turn it on without asking.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, in all fairness, well, to get everything out in the open, I believe it was discussed Tishan does have an extra sending stone in the bag of holding right now, so there is that
bag of holding. I would just hear the emptiness of space, and I just want to make sure you're safe. So it's fine. I hope that nothing silent attacks you.
Same. I also hope that doesn't happen.
We'll find out.
Just remember pomegranate.
Pineapple. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not that one.
Starfruit.
That's different.
All right. So we're just walking out. We get about, I think Tishan purposely, I don't know where Prisha's standing in relation to Tishan, but I'm, as Tishan, walking about 40, 50 feet away from the camp.
Okay. You got it.
I think that Prisha is keeping up with you, but she's probably walking like a pace behind you.
Okay. So Tishan is walking. You see him, he's not bending down. He's not even, you don't even get a feeling that he's actually looking for sticks or twigs. And you just see him walking into the woods. And he gets about that 50 feet away, and then you see him stop in his tracks. And he's not facing you just yet. He's just stopping right there for just a moment.
Prisha will also stop.
Hi. Prisha.
Yes.
Tishan will turn around now. How tall is Prisha, by the way?
I believe she's 5'8". Let me double check.
5'8".
Oh, it's in the art. I don't have it in my character sheet. I have it in the art document. I believe she's 5'8".
5'8". Okay. Tishan's gonna turn around and get on a knee. He's just gonna look Prisha right in the eyes, and he's gonna go, "I'm sorry."
Are you about to hit me? Is that why you're apologizing?
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna. Why would I hit you? Why?
Because usually when people haven't done something wrong and they apologize, something bad is about to happen.
No, I'm not gonna. No, But I did. I mean, I did do something wrong, and I'm sorry about it. I didn't. So I don't know if you know this or not. I don't know if you picked up on this, but I kind of when that little critter was scurrying out of the forest, I know.
I gathered.
I'm sorry that I uncovered the I'm sorry I denied you the chance to share when you were more comfortable with the group. That you're undead.
You see her. She isn't quite sure how to respond. I think that there's probably like a fear on her face. I just don't know what to say about it. I don't. It wasn't meant to be a secret. I don't know anything about it beyond what I've been told, and that's next to nothing. And I don't know. The first time I saw you, you were already dealing with the dead, and I thought maybe I shouldn't pile on.
I mean, I appreciate that. I was, and I have had a tough situation dealing with the afterlife for a little bit, but no, I wouldn't. You know, you've been a key part of the group, and you've been really good at joining and turning into wolves and fighting beside her. Like I it's not like it's something that I don't know. I just didn't think that oh man, I just, you know, it's one of those things like you don't have anything to tell anyone because it doesn't matter. Like it's one of those things like it's I don't know. I just want you to know that like I still value you and your. And Tishan's gonna pull out the extra Rocky talking. He's gonna go, "I'm just proud to have you in the group." I just guess that's the most I can say right now.
Girly Pop's gonna start to cry just a little bit. Like, just the relief and like, just, I thought you were gonna, I thought you hated me. I wasn't sure what this was.
No, I thought you would kind of hate me because I found out. I don't know. I thought you might think I was just trying to like snoop on you or something like that. I wasn't. No, I just, you know, no, I didn't. Just please know that I've not told anyone. It's not my business to, you know, it's not anything like that. It's for you to share with the group if you want. But like, just know that. Oh, I appreciate having you by my side.
Thank you, Tishan. I will tell everybody. I feel like I don't have any answers to any questions anyone might have. And I'd like to wait till I do.
Sure. I guess in the meantime, we're both kind of looking for answers about the afterlife together. So, at least we're not alone, right?
No, we're not alone. I have a giant cat friend, and you have a weird French Leonin friend.
France, the new world that the Thursday campaign will be taking place in.
Can you imagine just bad French accents the entire time?
It's just the Olympics. It's just the Olympics happening. Joe's running the Olympics campaign.
Pulling the new moon into a dramatic scene is the hardest part of my job.
No, but Tishan will just sort of like Tishan. He's gonna hesitate. I think you see him like sort of reaching out a little bit to like you would think that he's trying to hug you for a second, but then like I think he's gonna hold back and he's just gonna put his hand on the side of your arm and give you like a tap right there.
Prisha goes full on for a hug.
Tishan has to stiff arm her away because of the white mark on his chest.
Oh, there's a white mark on his chest?
Well, on his mane.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
She like goes, oh, okay.
Sorry, I can't.
Thanks.
Since I got this business, I can't really touch anyone like that right now. It's either going to kill you or give you like awesome powers, and there's not worth the risk. Right
Me
now.
Specifically, or like anyone?
Really anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
No.
I'm sorry.
I think it's kind of tied to this whole thing that I need to get to the bottom of. Yeah. Anyways, that's my my burden to bear. But no, why don't we go ahead and find just enough wood we didn't really need wood. I just wanted to come out here and apologize and talk to you a little bit. But why don't we go find at least a couple of twigs to bring back? Otherwise, Adim's going to get kind of nosy about it. And probably try to he probably is going to ask what we were actually up to.
Understood. And he held out the Rocky-Talkie, right, for her?
Yeah, Tishan had put it out there for sure.
She's gonna take it and just hold it in her hands as she starts looking for twigs. It's precious now. She's like.
Okay. Prisha, roll me a perception check, DC 11.
Oh, fabulous. That's a 16 plus 7, so.
Cool.
It'll beat the 11.
As you are looking along the ground, you're looking around towards Tishan's feet. And as Tishan moves away to walk off in a direction, behind Tishan's feet, for just a second, you see the glimmer of a red-robed cloak and antlers on the ground, a skull facing down or facing up towards you from the ground. But you blink and it's gone.
She's gonna mutter to herself just a soft, hello, Den Mother, as she passes, because I'm sure that Tishan starts to walk, and so she's gonna start to walk kind of following him towards and then back around, I'm sure. Just, hello, Den Mother, and then keep going.
Would it at all be possible for Tishan to hear that?
That's up to person.
I don't think that she's whispering. Yeah, I don't think that she's whispering. I think she's just being reverent.
Oh, you is the Den Mother here right now?
The Den Mother will have something to say to me, I'm sure. But she's not really here.
You know, me and the Den Mother actually have a little bit of a history together, right?
Is it a good history?
Yeah, I totally saved her life. She was looking in a bad way. She was about to get killed, and she was surrounded by evil villains that were just trying to unjustly execute her, and I saved her with a tub of tomatoes. And I just and Tishan just goes full on into the story about what was the Grifton, about the Battle of Grifton, where he interrupted Den Mother's execution. Exaggerating, of course, making himself look like he was a bigger hero than he was.
Tishan. Interesting question here. Something that there's a possibility that maybe Tishan didn't even see it or wouldn't think to note it. Do you say anything about Ewolf during that time?
Yeah, I think he would. So there's me. There's 7 guards around me, all pissing their pants. This one tall guard shrinks 2 feet in the air. Ewolf is like 200 yards away, trying to shoot a bow and arrow. Might as well be working with a kid's shot. Doesn't do anything. Keeps missing. Horrible execution on his part, but we still love him anyways. There's me, tub of tomatoes in hand, fighting back and forth, and Tishan just sort of keeps going on like that. That's how we started mentioning Ewolf to make him he's mentioning Ewolf in a way that makes him smaller. If that makes
right.
sense.
Yeah, you specifically don't say what he was aiming at.
Oh no, I would say he is aiming at Den Mother's the rope to try to
That's an important fact. Is that you say that? Okay.
Yeah. Ewolf's trying to shoot her down, knock her off of the thing, but he's useless. And then I took a nap.
Ewolf? Okay. I have a lot more questions about the tub of tomatoes. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Ewolf was trying to save Den Mother?
Yeah, he was I believe he was hanging from a window of one of the buildings. Might have been a book depository, I don't know, but he was hanging from the window, and he was trying to shoot out the rope that was above her head as she was on the gallows, and he had 7 or 8 shots and just missed them all.
That's not true. He had 1, but okay.
Oh. So tell me more about the tomatoes. How did they? Whoa! Was it just splattering of fruit everywhere?
It was a full yeah. Yeah, it was a full shock and awe moment for sure. I just definitely used the tomatoes for the shock, and then went up there and flexed, and that was the awe. It was really 100% on. The guards, like I said, there was 12 of them around, and they were just all
12.
Yeah, they were all pissing themselves just as for fear.
Wow. So
they
that
didn't see
Bahir really stood no chance.
I could have taken 2 of those Bahir if I had a chance. Yeah.
I don't think you could have.
I don't like to brag, but I'm strong as fuck, and it's just something that I do really well is fighting.
I feel like they're coming into camp as Tishan's I don't mean to brag, but I'm strong as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where
following.
It's one of these things where it's a little bit of the old Tishan is seeping through again, I think, a little bit. you know. But like, yeah, he's just sort of like he's like existing in this nice moment. That's this isolated nice moment for just a moment.
All I can imagine is the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse meme where it's older Spider-Man and then young Miles just being like, Priscia's just so excited to hear about this. She's like, I know the people involved.
Yeah, that's what we did, and the other people there. I believe that's when Alyssa blew up for the first time. But I if you want to talk to him, I think Ianthe, Grian, and Nadine would have more to say about it than I might. Because again, I took a nap partway through.
I want to know what that looks like. It feels like something we're all afraid of, and from what I've seen, it should be. But I want to know what that looks like.
I mean, I do too. I guess. I guess it's hard. I see
not in a let's blow up the 6-year-old kind of way, but in a I want a point of reference kind of way.
Part of me kind of wants to know more, like it happened, just so I can know what it's really about, instead of just working with the fear of those around me, I guess, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I mean, Alyssa's going through so much, I think it's best if maybe it's one of those things we never should find out.
I agree. She's a very fun girl. And I don't want to make her put herself in danger.
I mean, I don't know. I think I was pretty caught up when we first got her on the team, and now my opinions about the whole situation has changed, and now I just see what's happening to her and how we're feeding into this situation, and it just feels wrong in a way that I don't think we can fully control.
Did you grow up a soldier?
No, I grew up a younger brother. I became a soldier like? Later on. It was good. My brother was protective in his own way. He I wouldn't say we were best friends growing up, but he never let anything bad happen to me. He was protective and kind, but he definitely had his own sort of interest and goals. And I actually joined the service to kind of follow in his footsteps a little bit. He was doing so good in it, I felt like, well, I can probably try that too, and maybe we can get together through it. And then things happened. Not so much.
Do you regret joining service?
Yeah. Not every day.
Do you think every soldier does?
No. I don't know. I can't speak for every soldier. I can only speak from my experience, and it was let's just say it wasn't what I was expecting, and it was very, I don't know. Yeah, I can't speak for every soldier, so I don't know.
I hear you. I guess I ask because from the sounds of it, Alyssa's parents aren't trustworthy. Or the people they travel with, maybe? I wonder what would happen to her if she wasn't here.
Well, I don't think you were there when we were talking.
I was in the meeting with Ida at the building, the compass.
I mean, when we found Alyssa, she was, I think, just kind of left to her own devices. I think she was kind of neglected, not given much attention. I know her mother is a real not a nice person, and I know her dad's handsome, but I don't really know. I don't think her life would be much better off back home. I think it'd be aimless and more difficult in different ways.
Then isn't she so lucky to have someone like you to worry about her?
Oh no, I don't take care of that kid. That's Ianthe's burden. I'm not. I got my own stuff going on.
I think that's a little bit of everybody.
No, I mean, my job is to fight Bahirs. Her job is to wrangle brats, I guess.
I can't remember above board how much of the conversation about child soldiers that Prisha would have heard. Like about Alyssa turning into, like, us training her, basically.
I imagine you would have heard a decent amount of it, because when Tishan was spiraling, I don't think he was quiet.
Okay.
So I
don't believe I was here for those sessions, so.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine Prisha would have been involved, because it happened in 2 different locations. So
Yeah, Prisha, you were there. I think I even responded as you to something.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, yeah, then her statement does make sense. I was concerned for a moment. I wonder if a neglected child would know how to protect herself any better than a child surrounded by people who could teach her. I don't think it's about training her so she has to fight. I think maybe it's about worrying about her enough so that she could. I don't know if that helps. You said your opinions about it all have changed a little bit, and I think my point is just that I think we're doing a good job, or at least I think you guys are doing a good job. You're trying, and I think that's maybe more than others have done.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Why don't you think you're doing a good job?
Oh, I excluded myself because I haven't been here that long. I think I'm doing fine. I think I'm doing not my job.
What is your... Oh, you mean taking her back to Massetti?
Kind of. I'm supposed to take her back to Massetti, but I'm supposed to watch her until she's there. And I don't think I've done a very good job. I keep trying to find other people. I keep trying to find you, or Ewolf, or... I just keep not standing next to Alyssa, making sure she's okay.
I mean, you step away from her to protect her and to ensure that she's safe. I mean, that has to count for something. I mean, you're not just abandoning her while you go out to a bar or some tavern or anything like that.
Perhaps.
Like you're turning into a wolf and fighting alongside
The ears.
Yeah, the ears and giant snake monsters, and you're fending off archers from Hasamal. Like, you're not. But though all of those things so that she can escape, so that she can remain safe. I mean, be around those that are looking after her. So, I mean, like, you're doing your job. You seem to be doing fine for where I'm standing.
Thank you. I worry that maybe Den Mother Uterus doesn't care about context as much as I might. But I think that we are doing a good job.
I think next time Den Mother Uterus asks you how you're doing, you just tell her Tishan, her hero, says that you're doing a good job, and that's all that matters.
I think maybe I will make her a tomato stew next time I see her.
You could, yeah, there you go. That's what.
Obviously, it must be her favorite food. It helped save her life.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry. As soon as you said favorite food, my mind instantly went to like chocolate cake. But no, 100%.
What is cake?
Okay, we're
What is
cutting from here.
Girl doesn't have doors. Girl doesn't have cake. Girl doesn't.
Cool. As you guys start to talk about cake alone in the forest, we're gonna jump back to the group. Grian, I assume eventually you join back in.
Yeah. Probably once Jet has the bubble up, which I think is like 10 minutes later. It's not a huge amount of time.
Mhm.
Probably like has put his armor back on now that it's all dry. Okay, so while they grab wood, what's our plan? I know that we said that we would meet Cavish. Do you think he's gonna find us, or are we gonna go to him? Do we call him?
I think if we keep following these flowers, they're going to lead us to him. I don't think he doesn't need to find us. I'm certain he knows exactly where we are. I'm almost positive he's summoning us. Not entirely sure if that's good or bad, but it'll lead somewhere.
Okay, so then in the morning we go.
We keep following the path. If I recall correctly, I think we're going in the direction of Mia as well. If I could recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's entirely possible that he's waiting for us there as well. Which is kind of two big things we need to deal with at once, possibly.
So if we meet him, should we be prepared to get into a fight with him? Or should we, like, how guarded should we be?
I think we should be well rested, and when I say prepared, I don't mean, weapons drawn or anything, but, ready should the worst happen. But I don't think we should attack him on sight. I'm
just kind of going on edge, maybe. Like
cautiously, yes. I think we definitely need to talk to him. There are he's got answers. And I'm not even really sure what the questions are yet, but I know he knows the answers. Or I think he does. So we'll definitely have a conversation, and then if it turns sour, we'll do what we have to do. If I'm being honest, I don't think Cavish is our enemy. Something tells me that he's trying to protect us, and maybe he's going about it in a very strange way, but something tells me he's on our side still.
Well, I guess we'll find out in the morning. Speaking of friends and being on our side, I got a message from Ida.
Oh.
And she said that our friends, and he'll like side-eye us a little bit to be like not being specific, are coming to town, not specifically for what we thought, not only that, anyways.
I mean,
there's something else.
I mean, we kind of thought that was the case, but I understand.
So
I don't know if it helps or makes it worse that our theory is confirmed that they're after more than what they said. Did she say what else they were interested in? Oh, any specifics?
She didn't, to be honest, to kind of keep our position safe. I didn't say anything back.
Sure.
I don't want to give away anything that is possible in case they're watching her or the compass or anything else.
No, we've been tracked by one.
Too many. One too many.
One too many.
Yeah. But I think with Jet's bubble tonight, we just get some sleep. We should be safe in the woods. In the bubbles. And we move on in the morning. And if I hear anything else from her, I'll let you know. I'll let all of you know.
Yeah. Do you think it's... I think even with the bubble, we should still keep watch. Just keep an eye out. Anybody disagree? I'm looking around.
I can take first watch.
From inside the bubble, through the clear wall.
Yeah. Just in case.
I'll go up. That was Ewolf.
Yeah, no, because if
can you guys hear me?
Because Ewolf being allowed in doesn't let him sit on it. The only way to sit on it is if you can't get back in.
Right. There's trees. Like he's just gonna go climb a tree.
I'm doing all right. If anybody wants to get some rest, I can stay up and keep an eye out as well.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take a later one. I'll head to sleep for right now.
Okay. When Priscian and when Priscian get back, I guess we'll sort of fill them in on the plan. I don't imagine either will have strong objections.
No, I don't think either.
Especially if we assure Prisha we do intend to go to Massetti. Just maybe not
directly.
Yeah, there might be a couple detours along the way.
A couple stops.
Yeah.
Gotta see that giant yarn ball, right? And
bathroom break or two.
Right, exactly. Stop off at the Buc-ee's, the Busy Bee.
I think Jet is
say,
fully like not really like paying attention to any of this, but you say like giant yarn ball and he immediately looks for Tishan and is annoyed that Tishan isn't hearing that, just to be able to kind of get a reaction. Ewolf doesn't wait. He starts to go and climb the tree. I think like Tishan and Prisha, as you're coming back, you see Ewolf has left the bubble and is in the process of climbing. So it's fine.
And Dianthe is taking that first watch with Ewolf.
Yeah.
As the party starts going to bed, I was quietly listening to all that. I'll just look at Dianthe and say, "Wake me up for the second watch," and lay down.
You got it.
Hey, Ewolf?
Yeah.
Why are you climbing that? Why are you climbing a tree right now?
I knew this was coming.
I'm keeping watch.
Keeping watch up in a tree in the scary woods by yourself?
I'm right here.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not climbing that tree.
ISSING, I guess, huh?
I'm not
All right.
climbing that tree.
What's...
I mean, Dianthe, do you want to go up there? I mean, you can.
No.
You sure?
Nope. I think I can see just fine from down here. Thanks.
Can I? Oh, go ahead.
Tishan, you see Ewolf looking like he's going to respond to Ianthe's comment, and then seems to swallow that. But he doesn't seem to really acknowledge you're going to go off by yourself. He just goes up and climbs.
When he swallows it, is it like a reserved I'm upset, or is he or is it just this situation is dumb and I'm gonna go get to watch?
I think part of it, he's feeling a little betrayed by the conversation Dianthe and Prisha had earlier, so it's like...
Yeah, I think
so the fact that Dianthe's like, I'm good down here, it's like, oh.
I want to make it very clear, when she says she's not going up there and she's looking at him up there, it's out of fear. Ianthe's afraid of heights.
Oh, yeah, I know. Which is why I was going to, as I'm going to bed, I'm going to put my hand on Ianthe's back almost as I lean into her, and I'm just going to say, it's probably safer to stay in pairs. And I think for the first time, I'm going to cast Fly on Ianthe, so she'll grow a pair of wings to get up there with him.
Oh, no. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this. How do I dare?
You just move them like you would your back muscles, in the same way that you would shrug, just lower.
Tishan, roll me an insight check as you're paying attention to Ewolf during this.
Again, I'm rolling a brand new set of dice from Arcane Alloy Dice.
Hey.
Yeah, baby.
All right, you said perception check?
Mm-hmm. No, insight.
Insight. Okay, insight, that is a 19.
You see the smallest eye roll from Ewolf at Ianthe being given flight to be able to quickly scale to where he's at. You get a feeling that Ewolf didn't want Ianthe up there.
I know he didn't.
Saucy. All right.
And I give you that only because you were specifically paying attention to Ewolf.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to him. I think Tishan's just gonna keep everything moving, because I think we spent a lot of time on this. Tishan's gonna put that in his back pocket, and he's gonna just in his mind go, I'm gonna check in on that guy tomorrow, and that just in his own mind.
Cool. Makes sense. All right. Unless there's anything else, you guys bed down. And so we have first watch is Ianthe and Ewolf. Second watch is Adim and who else?
I'll take a watch chef either with the team or I can take third watch.
I was gonna say Prisha could do it.
Well, there's also Grian.
Yeah, I was like, I could do it.
Let's have Grian and a team on second watch.
I'm going to say before Grian goes to sleep, the last thing he'll think of is he saw the shooting star, and he's just going to think of the wish that he made on it.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Which I can either message it to you if it cares, or...
Yeah, message to me.
Cool.
God damn, Brandon. I'm just kidding.
Look, I had the hardest time finding your name.
Right.
I was like, who is this? And I had to... Look, I have a hard time with names.
Nope, you're good. Cool. So, yeah, we come to Ianthe and Ewolf sitting in a tree. KISS.
So, okay. So she, like, very clumsily flies her way up to this tree branch, and I think she just clings to it. Like, eyes tight, holding on with her arms and legs. Because she hates them.
Okay. All right. I can... Come on.
Oh, this is awful. Oh, I hate this. Listen, I know you're really mad at me right now, and I'm really sorry, but I was hoping to have this conversation with you on the ground.
Okay, this is not... You just... All right, come on. Just sit here. Just... It's fine. There. Good?
Yeah. I'll just pretend that I'm not... Okay, just don't look down. Sorry. I know you don't want to talk to me. I know... But I know you're angry with me. You have every right to be. And I'm sorry for what I said. But I'm not sorry for saying it, because I don't know how to say this. We need magic to fight magic. To protect magic. You've done wonderfully to get her here. I could never have kept her safe without you. But it's gotten so much more complicated. There's a whole other being made of fire that's trying to get out, that's trying to take over. And let's face it, I'm better equipped for that. But I never meant to hurt you. I would never intentionally hurt you. I said it badly, but you are wonderful, and you are so good at what you do. It's just that what she needs is something different now. And what we need as a team, as a family, we need you out there with Tishan and Nadim and Grian. That's where you're the best.
I'm used to feeling like I'm second fiddle in in life and in a relationship as well as just in my own life, I guess. So I hate to put it this way, but it is nice to just at least be acknowledged in that. And you're right. I know. Something I've been keeping inside since we left, and it really got out in Celeste. And never really got completely smoothed over, was just the feeling that where would she be if don't take this the wrong way, but where would she be if you all didn't take her? And for the longest time, I was stuck in a place of, well, she would have a family that doesn't necessarily understand her, or in some cases love her the best way, but she's fed, protected somewhat. And I was there. I never left. And had no plans on doing that. So I think I made this story in my head of you all bringing her along was a bad thing. And I had reason to believe that. Until a couple days ago. Until very recently. I've said this before, and I maintain this. I am never leaving Alyssa alone until I feel like she is 100% safe. And I get that I'm not enough anymore. But I'm not zero. And I felt like that conversation between two people that I had growing relationships with, not in the same way with Prisha. That's not, I was saying like as like a
I understand.
Were the ones that had that conversation without me, about me. And I didn't feel good, and I didn't appreciate it, but I get it. I understand. I just, what happened in Celeste made me not want to ever use a weapon again. And I have broken that vow a couple times already. So I guess you're right. I guess maybe whatever weird magic, very little magic that I have in me is squandered by just trying to make sure everybody's safe by healing. And I'll ask Tishan tomorrow if he has an extra bow.
I don't want you to feel like you have to do something you're not comfortable with. If you don't want to touch a weapon, then don't. Then just heal. But you're not a bad person for wielding a weapon, for knowing how to fight. You just sort of have to channel it into, look at Tishan, look at what he was trained to do versus the way he fights now. He was meant to be a lethal killing machine, and he is, but he channels it to make sure that we can get away safely. You don't have to do that, but I'm saying you aren't just defined by your bow or your sword or your healing. It's what you do with it. And what you've done with it is become part of a family.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not sure how to be good at that.
It takes practice. Everything I know how to do, it takes practice. Do you think I know how to teach a small child who knows actually a lot more than I do? Absolutely not. But we practice and keep trying.
Well, that's the other thing that we've talked about this before, but it is so frustrating. I'm very good at climbing trees, hunting animals, tracking. That's what I'm good at. And then you have people who have magic that make other people fly up to the trees, that magically know where all the game is. It's very frustrating.
I can see that.
But that's not your fault or
I
anybody's.
wish I could help. For what it's worth, there's nothing to do with hunting or anything. I have zero help there. But in my life, I have never chosen anyone above my sister. Until a couple of days ago in Dare's Wharf, when I decided to put them. And Alyssa. And you. Before her. You mean more to me. I can't make you brilliant at hunting any more than you already are. And I can't take away anybody's magic. All I can tell you is that I choose you first.
I guess I don't understand why, but I am more than grateful for that. And he kisses you.
Yeah.
While you guys are up there making out like a bunch of high schoolers, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Hell yeah. Perception check?
Mm-hmm. Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Yeah, I think you guys have disadvantage.
Yeah, we do. Well, that's not great. That's also not phenomenal. What's my perception? I think it's +1, so I think I have a 3.
Okay. Cool.
D&D Beyond is being a little slow, but I'm pretty sure I have a +1.
There's a certain point where you hear Ewolf kind of pull away very quickly, and then have to catch you as you're like a little off bounce. Oh, sorry. I just.
Do we have to stay in the tree?
Nope. We can. Yeah, we can. Hold on.
I'd really love to get down.
Shh. Puts a hand over your mouth. 2. Okay. Sorry. Never mind. Yeah, let's get down.
Okay.
Do you want me to just want to get on my back?
Yeah, all right.
Hold on tight, spider monkey.
You hold on. You hold on tight, and I don't know if this is magic or just you, but you are like weightless right now.
Flatterer. I'll get you everywhere.
No, I wasn't. I was just. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Continue a little while. Cool. And with that, your watch ends. So above board, like you will seem to notice something, but not really sure what it was.
Cool.
And with that, you see Ewolf goes to Grian.
I would like to wake up Grian, maybe a little rougher than necessary.
You got it. You go to Grian. I like it.
Yeah. Hey. Your turn.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm up.
Yeah. Don't do that again. But thank you. But don't do it again.
Grian's just gonna, as they like pass each other in the bubble, he's just gonna wink at her and give her like a kissy face and keep going.
Love that. I love that.
Full on knows what he did. It's cool.
Adine.
With his blind sight, Adim probably rolls over like, yes.
Yeah, I think he's like
Dude,
like,
actually
Jesus,
with his
okay.
eyes open. Just
That's
Yeah,
unnerving.
eyes already open, and they're black. He has no pupils. Yes.
yeah. Did you sleep?
Yeah, I was asleep. You just came over to wake me up, right?
Yeah, all right.
Thanks. Like, he gets up and pats my shoulders like, get some rest.
Hey. Just real quick. I could have been a bird. I did hear something
What could have been a bird?
in the trees.
Where? He takes out a chakram. Just already in hand.
Hold on. I tries to kind of push it down. Hold on. Wait, no, it's not. Looks back at Dianthe, hoping that she doesn't see that because he has not said Dianthe that he saw anything. Like I said, I could be wrong. I was.
Okay, well, I'm not one for noticing things, but I'll see what I can find.
Okay. I was just.
Where?
It was a bit north of here,
North.
but could have been a squirrel not sleeping or
Or a horde of undead. Got it. Okay. I walk
yeah,
over.
I guess.
Start
Yeah,
heading
cool.
north.
Yep, you got it. Yeah, he takes his takes his bag and moves it over closer to Ianthe and goes to sleep.
I'll take a little of the water that's around, and I'll use shape water to send it over to Ianthe, and just have it like snake around her wrist, and like give her a good night, and then let it fall, just so she so she knows it's me.
Nice.
Good night, and I'll head out. Not like soaking her, just like a hey, good night.
Just
Wait,
splashes it in her face. Oh, now I'm awake.
No. Do not need to piss off the older sister when she's already not pleased with the other guy.
All right.
So as soon as I get out there, I'm like, hey, Grian.
yeah.
You all said he thought he heard something in the trees to the north, so by now it could be anywhere, but I guess keep our eyes open. And I'll just start watching. I'm on watch.
Got it. Adim, roll me your perception check now, actually, just for.
Okay. What's funny is I have +4, 7. So I'm not terrible with perception. I just clearly am a demon right now. Okay. So
You got it.
doing my best to keep watch.
Yeah, I think Green's just
I know what feat I'm taking after this. With these rolls, I know exactly what I'm taking. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. Green's gonna do what?
no. So I think Green's just kind of sitting there, half looking around, half looking up at the sky. Fuck it. And without looking at Adim, he is just gonna say, "So, are you still following orders, or
Are you giving them?
it depends?"
Then that's my answer. And he still watches outside.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna play this game, I'd rather you be tied to my bedpost, but or we could.
While that could be fun and a new experience, I'm not sure that's what you really want to talk about.
No, it's not. Do you want to talk about it?
You seem upset with me. If you want to talk, fine. You gave an order, I followed both of them.
I mean, you were the one that seemed upset, not me.
Not upset, I just know my place.
And what, pray tell, is that? Or where?
On sea, with the exception of my sister, you generally follow my directions. On land, I need to follow everybody else's directions, including my sister's.
And he'll look set up. Adim, we're not playing who's the leader. land or sea or sky. We're a team, and we do this together.
Let me lay this out for you. And while I'm talking, Joe, I'm not looking at him.
Okay.
Not because I'm afraid to look at him or anything, but because I'm concerned with
Right, with what's in the woods. Yeah.
Like, I'm
Mhm.
clearly, like, watching. I said, so then Adim continues. Tishan left the party for reasons of his own, which I disagree with. I stopped us running to wait for Tishan. You told me to keep going. So I moved to follow you. Within seconds, Ianthe says, no, we should wait for him. To which you agreed. Completely discounting that was what I was already doing. So I did that. When the undead wolf, or whatever you call it, decided to go looking for him, you decided to send me out with him, splitting the party further. Okay. Clearly, my sister and you know more about this stuff than I do, even though I suggested doing exactly what my sister suggested before she did. So again, Green, I know my place. You have all made it very clear. I am happy to follow orders. I'll do so until I'm tired of it, and then I won't. But if you say that's not the game we're playing, then you need to change your tactics when speaking with me.
Hold on. That's not what I meant by that. He wasn't too far behind us. We're in the woods. It's a dangerous place. I've known that since I was little. We just have to keep moving, especially with an entire city after us. It's two cities after us.
Until I suggested otherwise.
And I didn't mean anything by it for you.
I
know.
I didn't. I think you're sensing that I have more emotion behind this than I actually do. This has been the way it's been since we gathered, before you even joined us. Again, I know my place, and I choose to stay there. I don't need to stay with you all. I do it willingly. So, again, will I continue to follow orders? Sure, when they're given.
I don't want you to feel like you're not... I don't want to say not an equal member, but I want you to feel like you have a say in this, and I apologize for not listening to you earlier and making it seem like just because Ianthe said it, I heard it and I listened. And I apologize for what I meant to be a frustration mutter under my breath, and that you took it in actuality. I apologize for that. But I don't want you to feel in any way, shape, or form that just because you're out of your element means that your opinion isn't as important as the rest of ours.
I'm not going to wait for as long as Adim does, just so, because I don't want to. But it's an uncomfortable amount of silence before Adim gives a very neutral, okay.
I just want you to know that nothing I say comes from a place of malice, and I understand that you're very used to how you do that, and I'm clearly the opposite. Like,
I'm going to be honest right now, Green, you just completely lost me. No idea what you're talking about, but
you're used to. I see that you're used to like a hierarchy and who knows it, who's in charge, whatever. And I know that I'm the opposite. I'm not that. You know, we are together in how we do this. Everyone's opinion is valid. You don't have to sit back. And I apologize if I've made it seem any way that I don't respect you.
Okay. We don't know each other really well. Still not
No.
looking green at all.
Right. No, we don't.
So, although, yes, I'm comfortable taking orders or giving them when I'm on my ship. Prior to that, for most of my life, no one gave me orders, and I was on my own. So, like I said, I'll do what I want. I wanted to be on the ship, the Dragon's Prize. So, I listened to the captain, and he knew what he was doing. I want to be with New Moon. And clearly, many of you know a lot more than I do. So when you say things, I do them. When I don't want to do that anymore, I won't. I think Auntie misunderstands me a lot too, because she was raised in a different environment. I'm guessing similar with Tishan. I can only imagine for Prisha and Jed. But you too. I've never had a parental figure. I was guided by lots of people. I do what I want when I want. People tell me when things are dangerous. I listen sometimes, other times I don't, and I get hurt. I learned that way. Sometimes I hurt them. In this case, again, I know my place. I'm here because I want to be. Not, I know my place, you give me orders. I know my place. I'm here because I want to be.
And why do you want to be here?
That is a question I haven't quite figured out yet. Honestly. I used to really like Tishan. And then I didn't. And now I do. Ianthe is a learning experience that I appreciate. I wish I understood what it was like to actually be her brother. But I'm doing my best. Prisha, I don't know. Jed, similarly, I don't know. But similarly, I didn't know anything about Aaron, and the way I behaved was clearly bad. So I'm swallowing my impressions of Prisha and Jed until further notice, because you and Tishy and Ianthe seem to like them, and you're a bit of a mystery too. Still have no clue how you showed up in the middle of nowhere looking for something and joined us. Still don't know why you're with us.
You know, I was here at first because it was a means to an end. I still want to try and find Anilduin, find my birth parents, and see where I come from. But along the way, our journey got bigger than me.
I hear that.
And I will, given the things that have happened to us, happen to the people that we care about, or I've cared about, I'll see this through to the best that I can. And if it means us coming together to do that, then I'm okay with that. I think just like you, I'm here because I want to be. I enjoy everyone's company. I enjoy...
I wouldn't take it that far.
and I mean everyone. And I'll probably bump shoulders with him as we're sitting there.
Oh, well, I thought
And
You'll have to do it while I walk by you because I haven't stopped moving, looking around yet. But
oh,
while I
you're
walk
okay.
by, I will roleplay that as I walk by you say that and you bump shoulder with me.
Okay. So yeah, I'll see this through, and I think if we could do this a little bit more together, I think it would be an even better time. If you're okay with that.
I'm with the okay with that. If while searching the surroundings, Adim has any kind of a side light to Grian that he can see his face to the fire, if you're okay with that, Adim's face is like, what? Like, just totally like, huh? But he doesn't respond verbally to it. It's just a visual look on his face. He's not bothering to hide. And he's like, but I think like me, unless you can tell me, you say you're going to see this through. What is this? Because I still haven't figured it out.
This is Alyssa, the rods, tall, words I can't remember right now, but it's all of it.
Okay, so rather this than these.
Yeah, kind of like the collective what we're doing. This, like, obviously, like Mir is a part of that.
Okay.
Jar is now a part of that.
What's the jar? I don't know that word.
It's. Did we talk about this in game? We talk about it a lot.
I think I'm not sure we talked about it. I know that in game Joe said Adim and Ianthe did not know the name of that location. You might.
Yeah, I think Rian does.
Yeah, it would be a
Okay,
place
so-
that I would know to like stay away
Yeah, so I'm like, what's the
Oh.
jar? Is that something else we're looking for that I missed?
from.
I know pretty
It's a city in that direction, and he'll point directly under where like the star was that you guys saw. I think we're headed there for a couple reasons.
North.
North. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that's Korean.
Yes.
I know.
Yes. North. Yeah.
That was role playing. Sorry. North.
Yeah. North.
Okay. He taps his amulet. Okay. I have a name for it. Thanks.
You're welcome. But maybe in the future we could hang out a little bit more as like a get to know you friend kind of way, not as a just setting those boundaries there if you're cool with that. You've got great abs. I just want to be respectful and set that up now.
Oh, swimming all your life will do it.
Maybe I should swim a little bit more.
It's easier when you can breathe it.
Do you see anything out there? Sorry, I know I've been distracting.
Do I see anything out there, Joe, with my massive perception? Shocking.
Not with the 7. I'll give you the sense of time in this is enough to recognize that part of the thing that you've been looking for as the campfire is still kind of like at a low ember. You are able to notice that there was a flower, one of Celestra's flowers, that was there and is now gone. But that's it.
Okay. I will, during our watch, because I remember Tishan saying something about the light of the fire, I will throw some more wood on it just to keep it happy.
Yeah, I think in that moment when it that kind of like flare up is when you catch it.
Yeah, so
It's gone.
and it's gone now. So interesting. Okay, well. I'm going to try something that I'm not very good at. I'm not sure if you're going to give me a roll on it or not, but given what Adim knows is not what he's good at, I'm just going to let the silence from Grian fall for a moment and stand still in the forest. Do I hear any sounds of night birds? Because generally birds are not silent if they're around and not asleep. So do I hear the sounds of any night birds?
You do not.
Okay. Then I will... unless Grian continues, Adim thought this conversation could have been over a third of the way through. So because he's not very mouthy usually. But I'll just continue my watch.
I was just gonna ask Adim, are you gonna be okay if we see him again?
Him?
Cavish?
Okay. Define okay.
As the kids would say, is it gonna be on site or?
I've already agreed with at least Tishan that I promised not to throw anything at him or stab him with my trident before he has a chance to speak. Although I didn't give a word count.
Okay, well, I'll follow your lead in this. Whatever you choose to do.
That would be a poor choice in this case. I'm going to try and keep... I apparently have made enough mistakes within the party about reading people that although I do not trust Cavish right now, I'm going to let people who seem to know more about the surface world talk to it first. Unless he speaks to me directly. Which he might, because I know he's been spying on us.
Well, you've met him more times than I have, and the last time I saw him, I immediately ripped my shirt off. So I think you definitely have the upper hand on this one.
Maybe that'll work.
I did it last time, but well, we'll see how it goes then. And I think Green's gonna take this time to read the room a little and like shut up and sit there.
Go ahead and roll a perception check, Green.
It's a nat 1, baby.
There it is.
Even worse
I like
than
it.
me. Excellent.
Beautiful. That's not what these watches were for. So that's good.
Yeah, it's not to actually watch it.
Yeah. Okay. Your watch ends with no particular thing of note.
Do you want me to get Prisha, or do you want me to get Green? I mean, sorry, Tishan or Prisha?
I'll get Prisha.
That's in game as
Right.
Adim forgets Grian's name.
Yes, that's fine. Okay, I'll get Tishan.
Yeah, and if you're doing that, if you could just unlodge that stick, that'd be great.
Mine or his?
Your pick.
I don't know.
And he'll I think he'll wink at Adim too.
And
He's just winking at brother, sister.
I go, I don't know. I kind of like it there. And I'll walk over to Tishan.
Grian gives it, just looks at the camera and just goes, "What the fuck? What does that mean?" Incredible. Yeah. So I think, as you guys, I'm sorry, I cut you guys off. Go ahead and wake your people.
Green, you can go first while I decide if I want to talk with Tishan or not.
I think because it'd be interesting given previous interactions, I want to put my hand on Prisha's shoulder to wake her up.
Cool. Prisha, roll me a deception check.
Oh, that's right.
You're muted from something. Not even much.
I wasn't just resting my eyes. That is a nat 20.
It's just
Cool.
so crazy.
Cool. For some
I
reason,
wasn't
you're
just laying there like this.
you're
the whole
very
time.
good at. I mean, Grian, roll. See if you roll nat 20. It doesn't matter what I'm going to tell you, but.
Hey, a nat 20.
Do you really? Okay.
Dead ass?
All right. Cool.
Dead ass.
What are their bonuses?
Great.
Like,
That is that's now we count bonuses. It is insight versus deception.
Oh shit.
Wow.
My insight makes it a 25.
25.
Oh my god, my character sheet decided deception +1, a 21. You know. You know.
Not only was Prisha not sleeping, Prisha was faking sleeping, at least in this moment.
I was faking breathing. I was faking all of it.
I'll say, like,
So, I
nat
mean, I
20
know
is
what
nat
to
20.
choose
We're now kind of like just counting. So obviously we're just counting the bonuses, right? So it's still really close. So I think, like, Grian, you're not entirely sure if, like, Prisha was trying to, like, spy on the conversation or what. You just know that in this moment, Prisha is pretending to be waking up from something that she is not needed to wake up from.
I think, given previous happenings of the day, that it's Green probably just takes it as like Prisha couldn't sleep and doing that thing where like your mom checks on you and you're pretending to be asleep.
Right.
We're back over play Game Boy.
There's a lot of this happening.
Right. I'm just curious if I'm touching Prisha, does she get anything from me? Because that happened last time.
That did happen last time.
Mm-hmm. I'm pushing things. Let's go. Thrice today.
I'm a pusher.
I'm a pusher. Push people.
Prisha, roll me a... I'm going to say a religion check. Not a nature check, a religion check.
I kind of feel like I need to, like, oh, I have a decent religion. Never mind. 19.
Okay. Prisha, you feel this odd connective moment. Following along the same lines of like this memory of this baby floating in the water. There's something with your deity that respects whatever was surrounding Grian in that moment and is surrounding Grian now. With a 19, it's not a 20. With a 19, it's almost like a shield of armor, or a visage of armor around Grian. Something you haven't really noticed before around... You haven't experienced this with anyone. Yeah, this is new.
Prisha, are you awake?
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes.
Early morning.
Early.
I'm gonna swap out with you for the watch, if that's okay.
Yeah. You should get some sleep.
I'm gonna try. We'll see. And he'll move back to...
Yeah, they do the swap.
Yeah.
And she'll get up and kind of grab her stuff and her staff and kind of go and sit outside. Is Adim finishing out this watch, or are we switching all together?
Dean's about to switch with Tishan.
Okay.
So
switch over there, yeah.
Adim, walks over, sees the bowls and stuff and cutlery that they were using to eat. Picks up a bowl, looks at Tishan, considers for a moment, and then puts the bowl down and touches his shoulder and says, Hey, big guy, wake up.
My stick. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No mystery, just the green guy. Yep.
Oh,
It's your turn.
sorry. It's my turn already for watch.
Yes, you and Prisha.
Did you?
We did see something. Well, we were told by E-Wolf he saw something in the trees to the north, maybe a bird. Neither Brian or I saw anything, but keep your eyes out.
But birds, are we talking the black ravens that have been
Yeah,
following us,
no
or are we
idea.
talking about?
I didn't hear any bird sounds, so I'm not sure what I'm not sure what Ewolf heard. He told us to watch out. I was trying to keep my eye on it. I didn't notice anything, but I don't want to not tell you.
I'll check on that. No, if I hear or see anything, I'll be sure to wake you or tell you in the morning, depending on how bad it is.
Okay. Have a good night.
Hey,
Good watch.
hey,
And
sweet dreams.
just to mess with Green a little bit, after the ab comment, Adim lays down, bare-chested, puts his arms behind his head, and just sleeps like that, right next to him. Just goes to bed. No physical contact whatsoever. Just, good night, Green.
I ship this so hard.
What a freaking tease. I love it.
Tishan
I feel like
walks
Grian like
away.
looks down and just like rubs his hand over his abdomen and like rolls over.
He goes, I really
Tishan
like those
walks away.
pastries.
Tishan walks away, and he just sort of like, as he sees Adim doing that, he goes, "Damn."
Not everybody objectifying Adim.
Just for clarity's sake, Ewolf goes to bed fully clothed.
Ewolf's also
Yeah.
like, damn, like in his sleep.
Yeah,
Damn.
Ewolf's fully asleep.
So where are we going to be taking watch? Okay, like where do we think we're going to take watch?
Well, as you guys decide that, because it is 10:52, we're going to take this moment and take our 10-minute break. So, see you guys in 10. And we are back. So, Tishan and Precious, you guys start your watch. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Did we ever agree on where we were keeping watch? Are we walking around or are we staying kind of put in the middle of the camp?
Whatever you decide. I'm going to say, like, mechanically, it's not going to matter, so whatever you guys want to do.
Great.
I need just a second, so I'll go with whatever you decide. My headphones are having trouble connecting.
Okay. I rolled a 24.
Okay. Pressure, you decide where you guys, as we're...
I think Prisha would probably just kind of... She would probably stay pretty close to camp. If she's gonna, like, perimeter walk, it's probably only gonna be within, like, 10 to 15 feet of the camp. Like, I don't think she's gonna go into the woods to, like, survey that far around. If a demon didn't see anything. I also don't know if Tishan told her this yet, but I think if they were communicating, I don't think if a demon didn't see anything, then they're probably okay for now.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, I think with the 24, with the 24, you don't see anything of note yet.
Great. We love a good yet.
I think Matt's still getting set up, so yeah, anything else you think Pressure's doing in this moment, feel free to explain.
I think in moments where she's not actively moving, she has pulled out some sort of, like, in my brain, this is a rib bone, or like the cartilage that connects all your ribs, and she's kind of like carving it and strengthening it. The idea is to turn it into a comb. This is just like a thing she's like casually working on in her like general downtime.
Okay, I like it.
All right. Sorry, I should be good now. I apologize.
You're good.
Welcome back.
You said throw a perception check, Joe. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I rolled a 18.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So you don't. Neither of you see anything as of yet.
So I think I caught the last bit of that. Prisha is carving a comb.
Yeah.
Tishan is right. No, he gets no more than 15 feet away from Prisha, but he is sort of like walking around, seeing things. He's going to give it a moment. He has an idea in his head, but he's batting around how to go about it just now. You might notice him fidgeting a little bit with his ring of sending.
Okay, I was just about to ask if Prisha might be able to tell how much of this is surveillance and how much of this is pacing. Like...
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both,
okay.
For sure.
Okay. At some point, Prisha's gonna just kind of like look up from where she's seated, or like I guess where she's probably standing. Tishan.
Yeah.
Do you see something? I'm gonna come up to him.
No, I don't think so. Not yet, anyways.
Okay. She's just gonna kind of take a look, see if there's anything like any general movement around.
Hey, let me ask you something. I'm thinking about doing kind of a reach out here, and
To who?
well, to Cavish.
Oh, the druid.
Yeah. And it might go sideways. I'm 90% sure I'm going to do it, but
Is this a thing that should maybe wait till everyone is awake?
nah.
Okay,
Nah,
sure.
That's
I've got
freaking
your
great.
back, Tishan. I don't
we,
have a response to that. Like,
I think we can.
okay.
I mean, don't you think? I mean, if you're uncomfortable with it, I'm just sort of like letting you in. Like, we don't have to. Here's my thinking. I think the group is worried about him. Like, they're concerned. He's watching us. Adim said it might be a bird. That bird's probably his that's watching us. So,
So
I mean,
the bird flowers.
yeah, the burnt flowers.
Okay.
So my
Princess
thinking
Celestia.
is,
That's what Ianthe said, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I get, yeah. My idea is that, like, if we can get an answer tonight while they're sleeping, then they can wake up and also find peace that way as well. So, like, we can sort of move past it. Like, if we just take time to do something uncomfortable for the party, like, the party will be better off tomorrow. I mean, probably. I mean, I don't think Cavish is... It's hard for me to think he's all bad, you know? So, like, I think we can just hear him out, and he likes me an awful lot. So, like, I think I have as good a chance as anybody to, like, you know.
Are you missing your friend?
What?
I don't understand why you wouldn't wait for the rest of the party to contact him if we're heading to see him. But if you missed your friend and wanted to reach out to make sure everything was okay, that I might understand.
I mean, yeah, Cavish has been a friend in the past. Yeah, he's been there for me, and he's helped me through some tough times, and he's good at listening and everything like that. So, I mean, I do miss him. So I guess part of it's that, yeah. I guess I just want to, like, have a chance to speak with him before whatever else happens.
Before everyone's assumptions get in the way.
Just to know have a better understanding of what we're walking into if he's down the road.
So what's the worst case scenario? It goes bad and we're ambushed?
I mean, if we're going to get ambushed, I think he'd do it now. Why wait until I reach out to him? I think worst case scenario, we confirm our fears and then we're a little bit more prepared.
If you feel like you need to do it, then you should. I feel no way.
Alright, I'll step over here. You may hear me rambling, just know that's me sending him a message, and hopefully, like...
You're not talking to the voices, got it.
Yeah, I'm not talking to the voices, it's just me. Yeah, alright.
Okay. Go back. Stand. She's like probably standing just off, like just out of earshot mostly. Like, be like, I'm here, but like, I'm also gonna whittle this bone comb for Ianthe, you know?
Okay. Alright. Hey, Cavish. It's Tishan. Think we're circling one another. Would love to know more about your motives. Why you're out there and not with us right now. Oh, that's what I got. That's I think that's probably a little more than 25, but yeah.
I don't think that's 25.
No. You don't think that's enough?
I was saying I don't think that's 25. If you had anything more to say, I don't.
Oh, if I have more to say, can I put a little bit more on there, Joe? Just like a little bit English on that ball, if you so to
Put a
speak?
little English on the ball.
Yeah, let's put a little English on the ball. All right. Do you mean us harm? Or are you still the friend that we once knew?
Yeah. Okay. Tishan, you get a response. What does your heart tell you?
Joe, that's not 25 words. You gotta say more than that to put English on it. That's the rules.
If you knew what I knew,
All right.
if you knew what I knew, what Cavish knew, you'd understand.
Tishan's gonna lean over to Prishan. He's just gonna go. So far, it's going weird, not bad, just weird. Tishan's gonna think for a second. He's gonna go. He's gonna cast another sending. He's gonna go. My heart's with you. Did I turn this thing off? Do I have to say all 25 words to make this?
And it cuts out there. That is good to hear. Follow our friend. She should be there soon.
All right. Tishan will turn to Prisha and he'll just go. All right. When the pretty bird comes, we're just going to follow it and we'll take it from there. I think everything's going to be okay.
So we are coming to more flowers, and I can eat those flowers. Got it. Ianthe told me not to.
Yeah, don't listen to Ianthe.
But if it's a friend, then it's friendly magic. That's how that works.
Friendly magic, no, don't. Hey, if I can tell you one thing, don't let anyone tell you not to eat flowers.
Thank you.
No.
Lo and behold, you're right about the end of your watch. You see looming as if appearing almost as a second blue sunrise, as the sun is kind of like just beginning to kind of rise from the mountainside through the trees. You see another shining blue light as you see a large, I'd say about the size of like I said before, like the size of a heron, but I'd say like almost like peacockish in like it's like how long the plumage is coming back, but it's not like fanned out, it's just extended out back. You see Selestra just kind of like swoop in through the trees and then land. As soon as she lands, a flower kind of just or you see like sort of like magic, like blue dust almost seems to kind of come off of the plumage going down to the ground, and a little flower pops up.
Don't lick the bird. Prisha, don't lick the bird.
The bird is about 20. God, DM's gonna be saving Selestra here. The bird is about maybe 60 feet up the canopy. So
Okay, fine. DM.
I mean, if that bird lands, lick it as fast as you can. Just lick it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I am. Prisha makes direct eye contact with Tishan. I am fully locked into that plan.
Oh my god. All right, so we see Celestia right there. Is the long rest pretty much over for the rest of the party, Joe?
yes, yep.
Okay. So I think at that, Tishan will stoke the fire a little bit and start rousing the rest of the party.
Prisha will help, specifically sending Fuff to go wake up Alyssa. Nice.
You hear the rest of Nat 20. The rest of the party is awoken to the scream of Alyssa as the first thing she wakes up to is Fuff just oh sorry.
It's okay.
So as soon as everyone wakes, so y'all, we have company this morning. Celestra is here to pay us a visit. She's going to lead us to Cavish.
You see Celestra just doing this moment of this bird sort of thing of tilting her head from one side to the other just to get a good look at you guys, but also to kind of seemingly trying to kind of present herself as much as she possibly can.
So this bird is voguing, is what I hear.
Not voguing, just I want to make sure you guys see me as me. Here I am. Yeah.
Green will just look to Adim and get ready to do.
Adim remains silent and does not grab his chakram. However, anybody in the party knows how quickly he can.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is in character. So just to let y'all know, I actually spoke with Cavish last night, and
What? Was he here?
no, I reached out to him through my ring,
Oh,
and I
See?
don't.
sound angry? Or like he wants to, feed us to a giant snake?
No. I think he sounded as though he was unsure of what we thought of him.
Good.
But
He says that looking at Celestra.
he sounded as though a friend who knows they've wronged another friend, and he's possibly wanting to make up for that. Joe is laughing under his thing right now, and it's just like, fuck. Yeah.
And did he say that to you?
No.
Yeah, all that from 3 words.
No, he didn't. You guys are taking
We read
applaud, and I applaud the understanding of your characters and what you did. You guys have gone so off the rails.
Joe, I'm telling you what my character took
Yes.
from the thing.
I'm
I'm in
like
character right now. My character
I like that so much.
wants to believe the best in Cavish, and he's justifying it right now.
Yes.
So, now if Cavish stabs us in the back, if he ends up being strawed, it is what it is. I understand.
Cavish said he was sorry. He told me himself.
No, I said I said it sounded like he felt sorry. That's what I said.
Correct.
He had the tone of someone who knows he hurt his friends and isn't sure how what they still think of them. That's what I'm saying.
So do we?
Dean's question stands. Did he say
Yeah.
that?
I mean, not outright, but
So many words.
he didn't sound angry.
Adim hears that and knows how Tishy embellishes things and goes, mm-hmm. And just takes a step back and still does not hold the chakram.
Okay, so do we follow this bird? Does it take us places?
It's going to take us to him.
Yeah, I think the bird is going to take us where we... I think we should follow the bird.
Okay.
All right. I think Ewolf grabs your hand, Ianthe, and Alyssa goes, ugh. And walks over closer to Adim and Tishan. Cool. So you guys follow the trail?
Yep.
Well,
Let's do
All
it.
right. Sweet.
Let's do this.
Prisha, I just want to give a chance because you've mentioned with your character how much you are interested in these flowers. I'm going to give you just the opportunity to decide what you are doing with them.
Do it.
You know what, Joe?
This
means
is your
so
inner goblin
much to
speaking.
me. It means so much to me that you would give me the opportunity. I would really like to eat that fucking flower.
Yeah, I figured. Cool. Tishan, give me a luck roll. DC 11, 50-50 chance.
Oh, no.
11. All right. And again, I'm rolling with dice from Arcane Alloy.
That's right.
Peep the Etsy shop. Depending on this roll, you'll know if it's lucky or not.
Yikes.
wow,
It's a 15. So these dice
Yes!
are lucky.
Thank you, Arcane Alloy Dice!
Phenomenal. Tishan, what is the plus to the saving throw that Prisha is going to have to roll for a con save?
The
Oh,
plus
no.
15 plus what is luck? Is it
No.
proficient?
Well, you're a paladin. The roll was to see if you were close enough.
Oh.
It's a plus 4.
Cool. All right, Prisha, go ahead and roll me a con save.
What do I have? Do I have a plus 4 to this con?
Are you eating the flower?
I'm eating the flower.
You got it. Go ahead and give me that con save. I'm gonna say it's a little higher because this is a fresh one.
Yeah, you got a plus 40. You got a plus 4 to your save.
So gross.
I get plus 4.
Yes, it's paladin.
27.
Okay, nice, incredible. So
I don't think I needed it.
you eat the flower, and you might have. The DC was 20. You eat the flower, and you see Selestra kind of just like look down.
I'm eating this bird's poop. Let's go!
And you receive the same effects from it that I said before. Everything seems to become extremely clear, extremely colorful.
I'm
And
high.
you get
Oh no.
yeah. But you do get your advantage to your wisdom checks
And medicine checks.
and medicine checks. That's right. Cool. So as you guys follow along, we'll speed up this part a little bit. As Prisha seems to, I am okay. As a DM, I'm going to tell you, don't. But I also want you to kind of just be playing your. No, you know what? I will. With the 27, you're just like eating them as they come along. I think. Yeah.
Just munching.
This is my favorite part of this game.
There's also like a certain point where you guys aren't entirely sure as like Selestra kind of moves on ahead, but like takes an immediate turn. There's a certain point where Prisha eats the flower before you guys are 100% sure where to go. But Selestra kind of like turns back around and kind of looks at you guys, and yeah, you guys continue to follow. I would like a perception check from everybody that is not Prisha.
Okay, great. I'm only hunting those flowers, baby. That's the only thing I care about.
Massive 10.
Prisha can now only magically detect flowers and not
Yeah.
game. So
You said
he's a
perception?
hunter now.
Yes.
Nat 1.
Oh my god!
Yeah, baby.
22.
Arcane alloy dice. Tell them the story.
So Adim got a 10, I believe.
Yes.
Tishan not 1. Ianthe, what'd you get?
Nat 2 for 3.
Nice, cool. So
Arcane
Green is the only one. And I think it makes sense as a.
I'm very concerned about the flowers and Prisha.
Yeah, you're just watching Prisha just you like. I imagine you're about like 10 to 20 feet away from Prisha at a time, but even from there, you can see the dilation of her pupils just like massively huge. Her eyes are just black. But yeah, Green, with that perception check, I think it makes sense as a occasionally winged figure. You see there are other figures in the trees. They seem to be humanoid, varying shapes and sizes. None of them seem to be carrying any weapons. I'd say with your 22, with your 22, you get the idea that these are right now just onlookers.
Okay. I'm assuming I'm walking next to somebody. I don't know who I'm walking next to. I just want to be like casually, just like, don't be alarmed, but there are people watching us from the trees.
Yeah, I see it.
Adim
See
gets
what?
this eye.
Where do we see it? Oh, it's... Who's that?
You know, yep, there it is. You know, I don't know them yet, but they might be friends with the man we're gonna go see. So remember what he looked like, so you can describe it to Mr. Cavish, and you can ask him what their name was.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a perception check for her just to see if she's... Yeah. Hers is good. They're moving so fast. Slow down! Cool. So about, I'd say, honestly, from where you guys are at, I'd say probably like no more than like a half hour to like an hour of this. And I'd say like the half hours where you started to see like more of these, like these figures kind of like just jumping from tree to tree, kind of like staring at you guys and watching. Eventually, you come up to two people, one of which you know very well, the other whom you've never seen before. So the first person that you notice, all of you, is a blonde elf, very long ears. You see the kind of wood elf sort of persona. You see that she has a bow on her back, but is not currently drawn or anything like that. You see her standing. You see her standing next to a figure that you all recognize, but I'm going to introduce especially for Prisha and eventually Jet. You see a figure that is standing average height, but maybe 5'10", 5'11", pale skin, but like with weird like blue and red blotches around, shirtless, wearing just like a kind of like weird, wearing like a natural sort of like, there's a word for like a mantle and cape, but they're all of like natural natural furs and like feathers kind of off to the sides there. You see the hair is a very, very deep red, as it is fully shaved on the sides and just kind of like drooped over to one side a little bit. The figure itself has one blue eye and one orange eye here. You see he has a very big smile on his face as you guys approach. You surmise, Prisha, that this is probably Cavish. As Selestra kind of swoops down, you see her shrink in form, small enough to be able to appear on Cavish's shoulder. Friends, welcome. I was hoping we would meet closer to my home. It's good to see all of you again, and welcome newcomers. Apologies, this is one of a friend. This is Basile. Basile kind of just steps forward and just goes, pleasure to meet you all. Very excited for you to, to take a moment to relax if that's your choosing. We have a lot to show you. You see her kind of like step back into place. Firstly, might be good to know, as Selestra has not seemed fit to give me much news. There is some time that has passed since we have last met. I was wondering if you, and I think at this moment, possibly because she's like hiding behind a Deem or Tishan's leg, but just kind of like peeks out from where she's at. Alyssa kind of like moves her head through, and you see Cavish stop. Seems that we have much to discuss.
I think we do.
I would like to do that in a more comfortable fashion, if it pleases you all. He's going to roll an insight check. Okay. But I had a very interesting feeling this morning that there are things that need to be discussed.
Yeah, since the last time we saw you, it's been a while. Brandon is trying to remember when the hell the last time we saw him.
I think after Slagtan died.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, there's a whole lot to catch up on. Also have a few questions for you if you don't mind answering.
Of course, Green, it is good to see you again.
First, being there was like a snake creature in the woods that we fought. I literally can't remember the name of it. Does that ring a bell to you?
Maybe we should find somewhere more private to discuss.
I don't know. It seemed to be created around a lot of people.
I apologize. As you said, some time has passed, and I've been quite busy as of late. A snake creature. Could you be more specific?
It was very large. Seemed to be looking for something particular, but didn't find it. Really nasty, though.
A large snake looking for something.
Yeah. So big.
I
I'm
will
like
say that's
literally
not a
I'm
lot of
like,
information to go on.
That is
liter-
all I
literally
remember.
all I have is snake
So that's
battle.
all
Like
I
that's
am.
all I wrote.
Did the
Tishan-
snake have arms and legs?
Yeah, Tishan
I don't
will
remember.
Get up and run away. I
to
don't
to
know.
help Tishan will bring out, because he kept the fangs from the snake creature. He would bring them out and like just while I am
Okay.
just talking.
Gives a better idea on the
He'll
size.
show
Sure.
it. It's the size. It was the snake regent. I think it was something snake regent. I think guardian snake regent, maybe.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a name the DM gave.
Oh. But
I think I get an idea of what you guys are trying to do. So I'm going to say someone
Yeah,
says it
gonna
had
say
arms and
somebody
legs.
It describes it better because I can't remember what it was.
You, what you guys said, I think, in just to like give you an idea of the NPC was saying a large snake was looking for something
a large
and
snake.
couldn't find it.
Now there's 4 other people here. Come on, guys.
All right. I'll jump it. I'll jump it. We fought and had to kill a giant snake humanoid. It was intelligent, and it tried to control me for a moment, and definitely tried to take something that belongs or something that's with us.
And when it was much smaller, it was in the middle of a circle in which you stood.
It also attacked us way back when we were trying to enter the city of Hossamal.
We told you about that last time we met you.
Out of character, who saw the vision of Cat? Was it just Nadim?
Yeah.
I think it was just a Dean.
Nadim shared that with everybody.
Oh, yes.
We saw a vision of you there at its creation.
Let's see. You see him turn back to Basile and gives a command in a language that I don't think anybody else understands.
Maybe if thieves can't, I can speak thieves can't. I'm just saying.
It's not.
I was like, wait a minute, what language is it? Like,
Is it Orcish? I got Orc.
Oh,
I know primordial.
Prisha, you hear say, Basile, maybe it'd be best for you to head up and make sure everything is in order. You see Basile just kind of like nod and takes a step back. I think from a like druidic sort of level here, Pressure, you kind of get an idea of like there's actually like a space of reverence here with him stepping back. Or sorry, with her stepping back and like almost kind of giving like a short bow. As she looks up and raises a hand and a rope seems to come down from nowhere. She grabs it, gives it a tug, and then goes flying up into the canopy.
The Rocky Talkie requires speaking aloud, correct?
Yes.
Heard. I will hold on to that for now.
I'm not sure how or why you saw what you saw, but I can assure you there is There is no ill will from me. My intent was to protect things that you do not understand yet. And if you had vanquished this mistake, then I thank you for it.
I mean, can you tell us why it was created in the first place? Why did this mistake exist at all?
Or what was it even doing out in the woods?
There is much to explain in that, but it might be easier to show you what was at stake.
Will that also include why you didn't tell us you knew about it the first time we told you it almost killed us?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I'm nothing if not patient.
Very well. Follow me. And you see him also look up, stick out a hand, a rope drops down, and he holds on to it, kind of gives one last look at everyone, gives it a tug, and goes flying up.
Up. Ugh.
Before we all head up, Prisha is gonna kind of like, I'm assuming Prisha's not front and center. I'm thinking that she's probably back middle. Like, she's going to like reach for Adim and touch his shoulder and give him a guidance, just because she doesn't know what she doesn't know what we're walking into, so she's just gonna hit Adim with a guidance. Oh shit, Adim doesn't like magic.
So when he may not know that it's magic. You touch him.
Okay.
You see him fighting the urge to pull back from you, as if he's done that before and he's trying not to.
Okay. Because he's the one that saw the vision, she's going to move up closer to him and like whisper to him, or like say to him. She's not really whispering, she's not hiding it, but she is directing it to Adim. He sent her to prepare something, and I don't know what it is. Just be careful.
Oh, I don't trust him. Not
Okay.
after that.
Well,
And I'm saying that loud enough that if he's up there, he hears me. Like, I'm not being cool.
okay.
You're not entirely sure how high up he just went.
Right, but I mean, like, if he's within range of hearing, Adim could give no care.
Before we all like do whatever it is and try to go up, I'm just gonna like kind of gather everybody. Okay, be on alert. Be prepared. They're not necessarily our enemy. They are not necessarily our friends. So just be careful. Try not to reveal too much information all at once, okay?
I haven't even touched the weapon.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Grid, I guess, is going to reach out his hand. Is that how that worked? For a rope?
You look up, reach your hand out.
Okay. Does a rope fall, or is there a rope just there?
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, a rope falls.
Not just to play with Grian, but there's part of that. As he grabs the rope, Adim will grab it too.
I was like, I thought being alone was more fun than flying, and I feel like yank, up they go.
You never see Green and Nadim ever again.
Oh no. Oh no.
Anthony was right to be afraid of heights.
Ewolf just kind of like looks at Ianthe, just looks up. Rope comes, goes to grab you by the waist. Ready?
No, but yes, but no, but just do it.
Okay, just keep your eyes closed. Tug flies up.
My turn. Brish is just gonna go up and hold up both of her hands. Like her little fawn tail is like just going furiously, like a baby goat, just aggressive.
Okay.
Does
Rope
rope
doesn't
come?
come.
I'm not allowed here. Grabby hands. Just please.
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 Wow.
Okay. I'll wait in the dark, scary forest.
Can Tishan will walk up and reach for a rope. Will a rope come down for him?
To be clear, just to make sure that there's a specific sort of thing to it, you have to look up, raise your hand up, and that's when a rope's coming down. So assuming you guys are doing that, anybody who does that is not Prisha, a rope comes down.
Can somebody grab the kid? Like,
So
Valid.
I think
take the
Tishy.
jet.
I think Tishian seeing that, he's gonna pick up Prisha under one of his arms and like they're going together.
I'm a football.
Yeah.
So then it's just Adim and Alyssa and Jet, but
Adim
for this sake, it's
went up
just
with
Adim
me.
and Alyssa.
I went up with Grian.
Oh God, that's right.
Just-
All right,
just-
fine.
Just jet.
I was first up with Grian, man.
I mean, Tishy can take both. They'll just hold the
Damn it.
rope.
Alyssa just turns and walks away into the forest, and Jet goes bye. And
And all our
We're
problems
so
are
bad at
solved.
this.
Oh, one thing down.
no, I will say Jet and Alyssa do the same. Cool. As you guys come up, I'd like you all to roll perception checks, but listen close as I will explain what you guys see for sure. And I'll ask for those perception checks when they come in. As you guys make your get flown upward, you find yourself stopping at a landing. The ropes seem to kind of magically pull themselves away, and in front of you is one of the most gorgeous scenes you've ever seen. You see on the top side of the canopy, above these massive trees, is a village. Houses carved out of wide, extended tree trunks. Everything here is made of wood, as there is light shown from lanterns all along. You see a bridge that seems to extend out farther than the eye can see as it winds around a massive tree that is in the center. You see there are other rope bridges that seem to extend off of it. This is for some a paradise. You see there are figures that are walking to and fro from here. Cavish is not currently able to be seen, nor is Basile. But you do see there is a figure that comes up to you as you are standing there. You see this little tiny turtle, bespectacled from these wooden glasses. You see his eyes look massive behind it, and you see he is almost perfectly rotund.
Hi. Are you new?
Yeah, we're new. First time.
Welcome to the family.
Thank
I'm
you.
Tube.
Nice to meet you. Are we like on the platform or are we still hanging on the rope? Okay.
On the platform. Ropes are gone.
Where exactly are we?
You're in the family.
This place is called the family.
Yeah.
Great. We were looking for Cavish. I think he went this way. Do you mind showing us where he went?
Yeah, there's probably went this way. Come on.
And you see he doesn't walk. He now rolls himself into a ball and seems to perfectly be able to hold himself steady as he rolls forward and then takes a quick left towards a small above the canopy cottage. Everything here, you guys are at least 100 feet in the air. He rolled a distance that would be like a 10-second walk. So he kind of like rolls himself out.
Okay, this is the welcome cottage for those that come in that are like you all or like me. That are looking for a place, looking for a home.
So this is where we go to get information on where we need to go?
Yeah.
Well, I thank you, Mr. Toon, for taking.
Tube.
Just Toon?
Tube.
Thank you, Just Toon. I appreciate
Tube.
Tomb.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tomb, for showing us here. We appreciate it. Do you want to come in with us?
No, I got places to be. Did you see I rolled here?
That was super impressive.
I can do that now.
Now, did you just learn to do that?
And I was pretty good at the starting. I wasn't good at the stopping.
Well, you did awesome, and he'll like bend down and live like a fist bump, like to
Okay.
keep up the good work. Yeah.
You see Tomb kind of like looks past your legs and looks at Alyssa, who is Tomb is about 4 feet tall, like 3.5 to 4 feet tall around, and you see him like look over and see Alyssa.
Hi. We got a place that you can hang out. And, there's a pool, and there's other kids, probably like you.
You see Alyssa go.
Maybe later. But thanks. Okay, suit yourself. If you're looking for a place, just look for the shorter people, but make sure they don't have beards or women. A lot of the women are just halflings. It's hard to tell. Sorry if any of you know any halflings. Not that they're bad. I'm saying, like, I don't know if they're.
It's okay, Tomb.
Don't assume all short people are kids, but there's a lot of kids here.
Well, we thank you for your guidance. We appreciate that.
Guidance. You sound like Basile. Okay, bye.
You see him just roll away.
Okay, I guess into the treehouse we go.
Cool. As you guys head in, you see Cavish in the basically like in the doorway. You almost kind of run into him. Apologies, I just had to deal with
There he is.
I had to make an exception. Please follow me. And you see he moves out with you all and starts to walk with you along this bridge. Ianthe, there's definitely a few steps where you feel the whole bridge kind of like not creak, but like move as it is a rope bridge.
I probably have Evil's arm in way too tight.
Cool, great, yeah. Anybody looking at Evil's face, he's not very deceptive. He's not hating it.
So Cavish,
And yeah, go ahead.
so this place is called the Family. Is this whole place around here?
Yes, was not my doing with the council, but it did seem to stick. It is a place for those that are aimlessly wandering. We house many runaways from families all over North Imea and some from south. You see two like kobolds walk by, kind of like moving out of the way as they're talking in their draconic speak. Kind of gives Jet a weird look as they walk by. There is many needs here, but they're all handled by those that are able to handle it. We mostly take care of our own. And this is like all happening as he's kind of guiding you. Yeah. So as you all are kind of moving forward, you see as they're moving closer to the giant tree that kind of sits in the center, there is a Persia, you notice this particularly is odd. There is a massive tree trunk, like truly about maybe 60 feet wide in diameter, that is almost completely torn out, except for like a back sort of like half of what looks like to be like a slight bit of wood and mostly bark. And you also see there are wooden posts that seem to be also like kind of like holding up this. But you see like down below there is a massive group of tables and what looks to be like a feeding line of people with a massive cauldron out. It looks like it's like essentially like a cafeteria, so to speak. We've been here for many years. I, along with several other of the council, have tried to maintain its existence and its secrecy. The reason why I am bringing you along is I know to trust you all. And you all have trusted me enough to bring you here, so I find it important for at least you all to take a moment and survey what would have been at stake. He continues to kind of explain specifics of the community, but anyone who would want to roll anything specific here certainly can. But say perception checks. Anyone roll above a 20?
Are these perception checks you asked for earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I rolled a natural 20.
Cool. For how much?
29.
29. Nice.
Rolling it, I got a 24.
24.
I also got a 24.
Great. So for those of you who rolled that well, you see there are a couple of figures that seem to make specific note. First off, you see Basile has planted herself a little bit above the massive sort of tree trunk. You see that she is she looks to be like kind of like standing guard. She's not like had her bow drawn or anything, but she is standing out on this kind of like odd little like mushroom platform that is about maybe 10 feet above where the like rope bridge is. You also see a figure that is helping out as Cavish explains that everyone who has a specific skill set is asked to be a part of the community in using that skill set. As you see, there is a figure that you see down below that is very like small and has like a weak sort of meager frame, long dark hair that is extending out almost reaching the belly button. You see he's kind of like bent over, but he's carrying an axe in his hands and is basically cutting up wood. You see just behind him an elven figure that seems to be tying up string to a bow. Looks to be like some sort of bowyer. I don't want to say shop, but really it's like a bowyer sort of like. You're not entirely sure if this is for sale or just given out. There is another figure that seems to be higher up, where you see a bunch of like smaller sort of settlement houses that are for the most part just made out of like cloth, like just kind of like almost like a grand teepee sort of thing. As you see, one figure kind of peers out, and it was Prisha, Grian, and Tishan. You see this figure's probably out maybe like, I'd say a good like 80 feet away and not in the direction where you guys are going, and kind of like off to the side. But you see what looks to be a young boy. Very pale face, brown hair, bright green eyes. As he is staring through the cloth, looking out at you all. And Tishan, he's far enough away, but you get the feeling that he's staring straight at you. Before you have the chance to react, you see him kind of pull the curtain back and goes back in. Any other checks you guys want to make? Or inferences to he'll start to like be able to go to explain himself for a second, but it looks like he wants to bring you guys to a place specifically here.
I kind of wanted to watch how people were interacting with each other, and I was thinking insight, and I want to get a feel for, are they do these people feel like are they of their own devices, or do I feel like there's some kind of charm effect going on, or are they brainwashed?
Yeah, I'll say it's up to you. Insight or Arcana. I won't say there's a right or wrong answer to this.
I think one of those is better.
Just out of curiosity, how far away was the boy, Joe? Again?
80 feet.
80 feet? Okay.
Ooh, that's pretty good. 24 insight.
Okay.
Now the dice are waking up.
Cool. I heard an Someone or did I hear that in my head?
Oh, I have something I want to do after Chelsea.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Anthony with a 24. Noticing the figures that are kind of like walking by, there are some that seem to be like deep in conversation, some that seem to kind of like There's a lot of figures that, as you walk by, seem to smile warmly at you. 24 is pretty high. But I think with Ianthe, there's a feeling of Celeste vibes here. You don't feel any sort of charm effect. You feel like these are people that, you know, they're living their lives, and a lot of them are runaways, so they look a little downtrodden. Everything, you know, seems to, like all the clothing seems to be borrowed or doesn't necessarily fit quite right. But you get a general vibe of happiness here. And it doesn't seem to be magically induced.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I see Cavish's druidic focus? Or what I assume to be his focus?
You see him walking with a staff. I can tell you that.
Is there anything that I can glean from the staff about kind of what kind of druid he is?
Roll me a nature check. I'll give you advantage though.
Okay.
Tishan, you had something?
Yeah, I mean, mine can wait. I'll Kate can go first. Mine shouldn't be that fast.
13.
13. Yeah, you're not entirely sure. I think there's also a possibility that Prisha, you're maybe a little bit preoccupied on the idea of why didn't I get a rope?
I have a question.
Tishian first,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then we'll do Adim.
I just want to let you know so you can move on.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Tishian, as we're walking through here, I'm going to be popping a divine sense.
Okay.
I think canonically we said that has no real like form or anything like that, so Tishian's wanting to know if we are, as these people are happy, he's wanting to know if there's any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet.
Okay. Faye is included in that, right?
No, it just says anything affected by the hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Sweet. You don't pick up anything for your entire time here.
Okay.
Besides, obviously, Prisha, and a little bit of Grian.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check.
Yeah. Adim.
I'm curious if I can tell while we're walking how they collect or distribute water.
Good question. So looking down below, you do see there is a small ravine that seems to be maybe like some sort of runoff of a river that most like you guys had crossed by. As you see it, you see like, I think probably in the distance as you guys are kind of walking along, we'll give like a specific area of where it is, but eventually you'll see there looks like there's some sort of like water pulley system. Eventually, you guys come to another tree trunk. This one now fully negated to a stump that is still 100 feet in the air, but is there. In its place is solid marble stone that is built out to being almost in like a amphitheater-like seating. There is honestly, it's an amphitheater. Like there's like the stone is kind of like built out to be, it is on wood, but there is a stone wall facing one side and then stone stairs that are facing the others. That looks like it could house probably maybe 300 people, 300 humanoids. It looks like that's the direction you're going in.
I mean, yeah, I'm good following him. I might like not be on edge a little bit, but kind of like be mentally prepared in case we walk into something. But
Cool. As you guys get closer, Adim, you notice that the surroundings, as your brain kind of like flashes to that memory that you saw, there probably wasn't as much stone in that memory as it was here, but you get the feeling that you were being guided to that exact place that you saw that ritual being done. Yeah. So as actually also another thing too, Ianthe, you keep hearing from Ewolf. Wow, this is cool. Wow, look, there's a bowyer over there.
Oh, wow. It is beautiful. Anyone else go on?
Looks at you and kind of gives like a sheepish sort of smile at that. I don't know. We'll see. There's a food line down there. How's that tree still alive? You see he's really into this.
Yeah. It's adorable.
Yeah. So with that, as you guys are kind of walking in, you see Cavish kind of guide you down to the steps of where this almost looks like a stage is at. And as he's there, you actually see there's like a wooden platform that was not there before, Deem, in your memory. But the wooden platform does look like straight up a stage.
Oh boy.
There are some that are gifted in the performing arts that we often have plays, concerts here for those that are interested in performing. Ianthe, you see Cavish kind of catch your eye at that. And then I think you see. Hold on, I'll roll for it. Then you see Ewolf just go. And as you guys make it to the area, you see there is a figure that somehow has beaten you there. You see Basile is also there.
How did she do that? She was just behind us like 2 minutes ago.
I imagine she probably like Tarzan swung from something, or just the ropes carried her and dragged. I don't know.
Fuck. That's a little terrifying, but awesome.
I don't know if you're allowed to swear here.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Well, looks at you all. There was a time when this did not look as it did. There were days when things looked bleak for what we wanted to offer the world. Where to begin? And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. I'll see you guys next week.
I was full.